So, something big is happening with Black Panther in the MCU. And it's not just one update, it's several. We're talking about a brand new Black Panther reportedly showing up before Secret Wars, surprising leaks tying him directly to Avengers Doomsday, and the official movement on Black Panther 3, including a working title that might be hiding more than it reveals. Now, we've heard rumors, we've seen concept art, we've watched actors dodge questions like Olympic sprinters. But when multiple trusted insiders start repeating the same information, that's when you stop, take a breath, and begin connecting the dots. And the picture forming here, it might mean Marvel is preparing to bring back a true T'Challa, even after saying they wouldn't recast them. But before we jump into the hype, we have to ask the big question. Is Marvel carefully setting up a new Black Panther, or are these leaks painting a picture that the studio isn't ready to confirm yet? Let's break down everything we know so far. First, let's start with what is actually confirmed. Black Panther 3 is in active development. This wasn't leaked or rumored, it slipped out in the most unexpected way. Denzel Washington casually mentioned the film when talking about the projects he planned to complete before retiring. He said Black Panther 3 was one of them. Marvel didn't even try to pretend nothing happened. Denzel later apologized to Ryan Coogler for revealing it early, but eventually Coogler and Marvel made it official. So yes, the film is real, and the wheels are turning. But it gets even more interesting, because the Black Panther updates don't stop there. Lately, two independent insiders, My Time to Shine Hello and Daniel RPK, have both reported that a new Black Panther will appear not just in Avengers Secret Wars, but also in Avengers Doomsday. That alone changes everything. Fans expected the earliest reintroduction of a new Black Panther to come during Secret Wars, since it's the multiverse-breaking event where every character from every universe can appear without long-term consequences. It seemed like the safest place to test a new version of T'Challa. But Doomsday is a different story. If Marvel is introducing a new Black Panther there, it means they want him established before the universe resets. That's a statement. Marvel would want audiences to connect with the character before Secret Wars mixes every hero together. And this also suggests that this new Black Panther isn't a one-off cameo. He's meant to stay. Now, before anyone panics, Shuri is not being pushed aside. Every insider agrees she's still Black Panther during Doomsday. She's still one of the central forces in Wakanda. And reportedly, she's the one who first detects the incoming incursion threatening the 616 universe, which makes perfect sense. Wakanda already has the most advanced tech on Earth, and the Thunderbolts post-credit scene hinted at something cosmic and dangerous incoming. So it checks out that Shuri is the one studying it. But insiders also agree she won't be the only Black Panther on screen. So the real question becomes, where does this new Black Panther come from? Because with Doomsday being a multiversal event, we have several possibilities. He could be a variant from the X-Men universe. He could be from the Fantastic Four universe. He could be a Battle World variant who becomes relevant during Secret Wars, or he could be what many fans have been hoping for, a newly recasted T'Challa. This is where the conversation gets serious. Marvel originally said they would not recast T'Challa out of respect for Chadwick Boseman. Fans understood the sentiment, but many also made it clear that T'Challa is a foundational Marvel character whose story shouldn't end permanently. Over time, a large recast T'Challa movement grew, not to replace Chadwick, but to allow the character to continue. And slowly, quietly, reports began hinting that Marvel was rethinking their stance. Then Kevin Feige confirmed that after Secret Wars, the MCU would undergo a soft reboot. New universe, new cast, new direction. Iron Man? Recast. Captain America? Recast. Black Widow? Recast. If Marvel is truly rebuilding the MCU from the ground up with every major character back on the board, there is no logical scenario where T'Challa stays gone, especially now that Marvel has full access to the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and more creative freedom than ever before. Which leave actor Damson Idris, one of the names most heavily rumored to be the next T'Challa. The clues around him are almost too convenient to ignore. Insiders claim he met with Marvel. In interviews, he alternates between joking about it and dodging it entirely. And he was photographed at an event surrounded by Black Panther cast members, including Angela Bassett and Denai Guerrera. People saw the photos and immediately went, okay, something's definitely up. Add that to leaked Secret Wars concept art showing a new Black Panther in a Battle World version of Wakanda, and you start to see a pattern. Of course, we have to stay skeptical. Marvel has intentionally misled fans before. They've had actors appear at events purely to stir speculation. So even though the clues point toward Damson Idris, nothing is official until Marvel says so. Now, let's talk about Black Panther 3, because this is where things get even more interesting. There's a new production listing suggesting the working title is Shadows of Wakanda. Filming is reportedly set for June 15, 2026, placing it after Secret Wars, meaning Black Panther 3 will be one of the first major films in the MCU's new Mutant Saga. And that timing alone tells you this film is meant to establish the future of Wakanda in a post-reset universe. The working title, however, is intentionally vague. Marvel loves to hide secrets behind poetic wording, and Shadows of Wakanda can mean just about anything. Maybe it refers to threats lurking within the nation. Maybe it's about the legacy of T'Challa casting a shadow over those who follow. Maybe it hints at multiple Black Panthers across different universes converging. Or maybe it's the placeholder title with no real meaning at all. Marvel has done that many times. What complicates things further is the early synopsis attached to the listing. It says the film will explore Wakanda's vulnerability after T'Challa's death and shows Shuri stepping up as both warrior and leader. But here's the thing, that sounds almost identical to the plot of Wakanda Forever. It doesn't seem like a logical direction for a third movie, especially after a multiversal reset. So this description might just be temporary filler text reused from earlier materials or deliberate misdirection. When you take everything together, the multiversal setup, the leaks, Feige confirming recasts, Wakanda's involvement in Doomsday, the Secret Wars Battleworld art, the most likely scenario emerges. Shuri remains an important Black Panther, but Marvel introduces a new T'Challa in another universe in Avengers Doomsday. Secret Wars creates a soft reboot, allowing this T'Challa to exist permanently in the new rebuilt MCU, and Black Panther 3 becomes a film that establishes him as the central figure of Wakanda going forward. This direction lets Marvel honor Shuri, continue Chadwick's legacy respectfully, and restore T'Challa as a core hero in the MCU's next era. It gives Feige exactly what he wants. A universe where T'Challa, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four can all finally exist together. Now, I want to know what you think. Should Marvel bring T'Challa back in the main MCU, or should Shuri remain the long-term Black Panther? Do you think Damson Idris is the right choice to take on the mantle, or should Marvel cast someone completely unexpected? And what do you think the title Shadows of Wakanda is really hiding? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious where everyone stands.